Greetings everyone, my name is Addervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In today's morning live stream, I'll be covering a combination of both Virus-made levels and other levels I find online, primarily focusing on the former. Welcome to stream Pantha, Cookie, YouTube, Pixelboy, Jedok, Iwumi, Raccoon, Mr. Scarday, and of course, Jade and Diamondite, back from their multi-week road trip. Glad to see you all back. I'll be covering levels for about 2-ish hours, showcase art, then a separate stream, some memes plus reacts. Oh, that's nice to hear, mistress. I quite like the previous Kindred Spirits level. So it's worth that. And I'll be happy to hear it, Jaden. So there's been a slight change of the tentative weekend plans, actually, due to a recent release and certain key. But I'll get in a moment. First on the lineup is Don't Grab Held by Oscar, 31 play, score of 9. Okay, tonight will be the conclusion of Lepania's level pack, Mega Man X Evolution. There's 2 or 3 levels left. Tomorrow morning, probably the end of Chapter 2 of Your Turn to Die. To ensure that I'll be able to get to the main game, get to and complete, I'm gonna start the stream about half an hour early for that. Slow-mo. And tomorrow evening is the start of a new key game. Normally I wouldn't start a new key game, but due to how close it is to when it was released, I think that's the ideal time. As a trade-off, I'll do the Return to Magwell Tree on Monday. Wow, Iwumi, you already guessed the game. Congratulations, Iwumi. You already guessed the game. First try. This is... Functionally speaking, this is a level with no enemies and all the life pickups are functionally spikes. And I need to emphasize this in voice here. It is very duly noted. The way you're building it up, it looks like there's going to be a series of very painful choices, and of all the choices, everyone is painful in its own ways. We're doing good, Buster. I know this week I didn't have too many videos out because I was focusing more on Art Fight. And yeah, RIP Game Informer, RIP ROMHacking.net. I don't know about that power. Metal Heroes can be skipped, got it. Indeed, Jaden, Iwumi, and Pixelboy. Yeah, hopefully Jin stays alive. He's the most innocent and precious member. Protect with life. Oh no, Power Simplified. There are plenty of other smaller communities and sites that will host ROM hacks, and the folks behind ROMHacking.net archived the entire site, so at archive.org, so we're not going to lose the materials there. Same. When I played the demo of Kitsune Tales, it didn't quite make me impressed, but I thought the love triangle, sapphic love story was neat. And apparently the average playtime is 15 to 20 hours, which is a lot longer than I expected, so I'm curious. Second up is Chilly Cliffside by Nuclear Stomp, with 11 plays and a score of 0. Yeah, SMC Central already has you covered for ROM hacks. If anything, it does a better job with the variety. Let's try it again, shall we? I wasn't very unimpressed, but... Oops. I sometimes play ROM hacks. Hi, YouTube. Oh man, how are you And I just answered your question, YouTube, in response to Power Simplified. You'll either have to open up the archive, or go to other sites or communities for Mega Man ROM hacks. That's how you're supposed to do this. Sheesh, what is with this jump? The game is very charming. So yeah, to confirm, I'm gonna swap the positions of that game with the Magmal Tree. So I'll still have the Magmal Tree stream, but it's gonna be moved to Monday evening. Ow. Oh my goodness, they're timed differently. If I rushed forward, I'd be dead there. Oh cool, the timing. Oh cool, I'm dead. Oh. That was Zen. Yeah, they added Desolate Starcraft Station. Man, I would have preferred if we had full health. Or 4 more HP. I hope these keys are just for a bonus reward and not a mandatory path forwards. Beep. You know what? I'm gonna rush forward and see, do I need the really need the keys or not? And because I can't destroy enemies, I don't have any way to regenerate health. Okay, I'll grab the keys one more time, but after that, I'm just gonna rush forwards. Good to confirm I can slide again under the diamonds. That behavior was not changed. It's just snow, not ice physics. Down here, though. It is a neat challenge, sure, but could we please have a checkpoint? Pretty please? With frozen strawberries on top? Oh my goodness, this is the end, but... the bonus reward for collecting everything. So those are optional collectibles, but... meme, little fire mets up there too. Even if you don't collect the keys, this is a spooky state. This is a tricky level. I can see why this got a negative score because, it's not instant death if you fail, but Gosher is taking damage punishing, as this level has no checkpoints. I don't know how to feel about that. And it's only gonna become more of that, Buster. Also gonna eventually play Persona 3 Reload after 5 Royale. One of the best experiences I ever had on Steam was reading all the bad reviews for Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. Yeah, I did, Buster. That looks pretty cool. Crawling, wall gripping, the very widescreen format. Very interesting. Domain expansion, waste of money. Game died faster than spoiler. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the scammed one. Nice. I don't know if this would be a tier 1 level. Well, you'd be able to consume E-tanks. But it'd be pretty low ranking, and you'd absolutely get a skip teleporter. Yeah, the Crystal Jewels are the scariest thing because they can two-shot you, or one-shot you. But yeah, for this one I'd like at least one checkpoint. Hey, fire. Probably a tier 2 or tier 3 because this actually looks like it was constructed something. Alright, number 3 up is Desolate Starcraft Station by It's Just Seb. 18 play score 6. You can see the launch base in the background. is there? Okay. Yeah. For the Conjure Spirit levels, they've done a pretty good job. I mean, that looks cool, because most of the Mega Man fan games I've seen adhere to the original's resolution and aspect ratio. Okay, maybe not resolution, but viewing distance, or viewing range. But yours bucks the trend by doing a Mega Man Classic game in 16:9 resolution, and you can see pretty far ahead with the increased view distance. Plus, not only have you altered aspect ratio and screen real estate available, you've also included new moves to the set that kind of remind me of Metroid. It's cool. Oh, you're making a Metroidvania? Now you have me even more intrigued. I love Metroidvania, so... I was a bit suspicious, but not gonna risk it. Straight from Metroid. Say no more. Squish. Hello, Lauren. Get started, Jaden. They do actually have artists, so they just got a lot of work to do. Once again, I apologize for the lower video throughput this week. I was busy with other stuff, including Art Fight, which ended today, or it's going to end in a few hours. Sure, go ahead, Buster, with the rebalancing. No kidding. Over here, I have multiple hobbies that are outside of YouTube stuff. Let's see. Jaden went to Mazatlan. Okay, that's clever. Oops, I thought I could jump into that. Plenty of place activities, really cool hiking spots, plenty of clubs, museum, lighthouse. So it's more like an 11 out of 10 then, is what you're saying? If there existed one. I did, Andrew. Looking forward to it. Being released in August bleep. Alternate paths? Mazatlan, Sinaloa. Thank you. I am both looking forward and not looking forward to decorations. I know you criticized that on the server buster, but that's only the start. We'll go through all of it just to see how the stuff really looks. Whoops. Sometime in August. Yeah, I probably ran past something by accident. I love Minus Infinity. It will. I'm just worried about the troll levels, really, but... Lauren, it's just the same criticism before. Be patient, please. There's already a 20-second delay upon me taking about 30 seconds to read messages, please. Alright, responding. Oh, shoot. Which one do I want to do? Yeah, you pick. Of the 3 levels, just pick one. Ideally. I died there because I wasn't paying enough attention. The previous time was I mistimed my jump. Whenever I see gaps in the wall like this nowadays, I keep thinking I need to use the magnet beam. Mehekio Durango. Beautiful landscapes like the Stone Garden waterfalls, MTX RZR rides, cabins. Biggest pet peeve though is that it always rains. Due to it being a forest rather than a desert. Oh, I didn't know you had electrophobia. PIL. It showed the grass being cut. So potentially you can interact with some of the decorations. Okay, be quicker here, and now we pass. Let's actually get our game on and get past this, please. I've already died 3 times to pretty simple challenges. It's getting embarrassing. I was jumping there. I guess I didn't mash it enough. Okay. Now I'm gonna really focus there because I'd really like to move on to the next part of this stage. Oh, thank you. This level's been kind of stingy with the drops. Well, this is showing us ahead of time what's coming up. Jaden, more people can see it here, so it's fine. my goodness, this baseball player. Please go. And this leads back here. Nice! Now I can go to the left. I doubt we're gonna have a cutscene maker in that level, but we'll see. Still a great place for local. Still a 10 out of 10 place locally if you have the money to spare and don't feel like going to any Mexican beach city. Prefer to go to winter. Okay, next location is Parque Carnatico del Viejo Oeste, Wild West Theme Park in Durango. Used in the past as a filming set for multiple Mexican cowboy movies, as well as a bunch of US movies. Second least fair local, not that big into cowboys. Usually stage shows on Saturdays and Sundays. And hey, you can do it twice if you really want. I screwed up there because I thought I could skip that. This is turning out to be another difficult stage like Nuclear Stomp's level, but for a different way, due to endurance and debt. That still catches me off guard. I expected it to work more like the count bombs, but it's quicker. What makes it longer is due to the difficult to hit enemies. The shield isn't really that handy for this sort of thing, and well, this is a little bit slow. At least how it feels to me. It's a relatively small area, but it does take about 20 seconds to get back, and difficulties that lie therein. Alright. Get out of here, go left. Push the block to the left. Somehow I did it. And now we loop over here as well. That's pretty cool. Be careful not to fall off here though. Otherwise you lose all your progress. That's actually a bit scary. One wrong move and you lose the progress. I doubt we're gonna have a cutscene maker, but I'd appreciate that. Ice Wave is gonna be really strong. I don't think Oil Slider is really that powerful. Yeah, new feature 1.8 to speed up the force beams, or when they come out. But I didn't think Oil Slider is that powerful, but Ice Wave is gonna be really strong. Okay, imagine an elf village in real life and a bit more modernized. One of your favorite locals. Where did you send the level, Lauren? In Discord, or I'll double check. Wait. If you fail, you can use the one-way hop to get back up. Oh, never mind then. You fixed it. Give me a second, I'll double check. It's a well-constructed stage, but boy is it kind of difficult. And of course, To add to the difficulty, we're ending with a fight against Ringman. You know, one of the toughest RMs in Maker. Thankfully, I have an easy way to destroy him. Thing is, they kind of also buffed him from his Mega Man 4 counterparts, so... Okay. Fun level. I like the elaborate looping back into itself, but sheesh. Alright, let's see. Okay, got it. It's been added, Lauren. Once again, tricky level, but enjoyable. It's less frustrating than Nuclear Stomp stage, I'd say. Most of the deaths happened because I wasn't paying enough attention, or I wasn't prompt enough with jumping off of stuff. Like with the jet bombs, I have to be quicker, right? I suppose. I think they may have the exact same timing as the count bombs, but they feel different. I don't know. When I'm in a peak level, Desire's competition, and my opponents my friends. Hard face. New tile set where it's just all different variations of cut tile. Navigation a bit complicated due to various features, but you're in for a treat if you get to the end restaurant. Right next to some sick-looking waterfalls. Really breathtaking scenarios. Ilatla and Luis Potosi. Another elf village, but high in the mountains. More surrealist? Yeah. Maybe. Ringman actually deals... I think he deals 1 more damage compared to Mega Man 4, and he's sped up a bit. They did actually give me slightly more animation. Thank you for the correction. Then it's on me. It was raining and you didn't want to get stuck in the mud and stuff. Side streets... Acrophobia. What is that? Phobia of heights? 10 out of 10 Looks like you win a lot of 10 out of 10 locals. Sounds like a great trip. But yeah, if I were to rate this in Magville Tree, well, at least tier 7. I haven't got to tier 9 yet, so... Alright, you said to swap a Metal Hero, so... I'm gonna do this instead. Alright, forward up is Mega Snake Man Remastered by Panther35, 17 play score 4. Very high off of sea level, good to know. Sure, if you want, Andrew. If you want me to play some of your earliest levels, I guess. Question is, will they still work? Me. Really, YouTube? That's what gives you a hint for that? I'd like a PAL editor. Tolan, Togo, Grotto, Hidalgo. Third time in a row you get to visit waterfalls, but this time they have hot springs. Ooh, rock to the head. Richly done, but being accessed for a rather cheap price. Be careful of cliffs. I don't know if they fixed Search Snake exactly. It can still bug out a bit, but certainly a lot better compared to the 1.x days. Not 1.x, early days. We're still on 1.x. Hold left to win. Get me out. Oh, fine. We're gonna play that game? We'll play that game. This kind of feels like an early era Mega Man Maker stage, with some features that, with some gimmicks and enemies added from the future. Whoa. Top. Won't mention Mexico City. Next anything's still gonna be a ting, mark my words. But it'll be less important, I'd say. Valkyreco, Tlaxcala. One of the first European settlements in Mexico. Oh gosh! Birds hit me. Perfect Freeze is just there to make this easier on me. And of course, to freeze the fire bars like that. Oh no. Welp, you were saying, Mr. Scarday? Thank you, Andrew. Do 10-year-olds even recognize Airman at this point? Feels like you can't beat Airman. That meme has kind of died down over with the latest generation. And partway through the generation previous to the current one. Puebla, filled with many historical events, Cinco de Mayo, kickstarted the Mexican Civil War, etc., etc. If you want to visit possibly the most historically important city of all of Mexico, visit Puebla. Traffic is horrendous because everyone else wants to go there too. I'm guessing what happened is that the Surf Snake interacted horribly with the frozen fire bars, and so it just completely bugged out. Just for the sake of time, I'm gonna load up the level. because it was like 3 minutes in. Alright, where were we? Oh, it was its own section too. Fine. Please don't crash on me again. I got your levels, Andrew. Traffic to that city is also rather bad, because it's right between Mexico City and Puebla. The Axolotl's capital city of the world. Okay. See ya later, Bounce Man. Okay, we're back here at the top spin. That's the odd thing about that. I'm surprised we didn't have Top Man instead there. He does exist in this engine. Yeah, it makes sense, Jaden. Using motorized boats may spook or harm the axolotls. And they are an endangered species. Keep running. I outran the gimmick. Metal Man? Okay. This feels like Mega Snake Man and Friends. Least fair locally visited, but it's more like it's not your cup of tea. Multi-hit for the win! And we're back in... Snake Man, I guess. Yeah, axolotls are adorable. Goofy little creatures. Hey, Fireman. Yeah, that makes sense. We got flipped. I do wonder why. Won't mention that Guadalajara. You won't mention that Guadalajara because they stood on the sea for less than 4 hours. So, final local we visited for the road trip was Puerto Vallarta, Jalisco. Suddenly rainy Woodman? Oh gosh. Yarta. But yeah, okay. One of the most important beach cities in the country, combining a vision city with a modern beach city. Neat. Oh gosh. I hope this is the end of the stage. This jump freaks me out. Locked. And water is pretty. Well, yet again, navigation can be a bit awkward. That seems to be a common trend for a lot of locations visited. Navigation could be better. Or navigation is far from ideal. Or maybe it was perhaps the cities weren't built in mind for tourism. Which is true for a lot of locations, to be fair. Right, I could have just used the Surf Snake. Alright, we're back here. Got healing. Random leaf attack. I have no idea where the stage is going right now because it just feels like Mega Snake Man and Friends. This is kind of messy with... Usually with stages, I have a rough... Usually when I play these sorts of Mega Man Classic stages, I have a rough idea of how close we are or getting to the end. But in this one, I basically have no idea. It just feels like a series of... It feels like Snake Man interrupted with a series of other mini-arm stages. Minor set of vignettes. Jump too high. Get up. Thank you. You're making my life a lot easier now. Okay. We don't have Snake Man, so... Good to hear, Jaden. Tourism is a very young business. I wouldn't say as young as video gaming, as we had tourism in the earlier era. We had tourism for centuries, but as a globalized industry it is nowadays, it is relatively young. Probably, yeah, I consider it to be like a young adult, versus the video gaming being more like, I don't know, late teen, even though video gaming by now is over 30 years old. But when compared to industries that are over hundreds of years old, it sometimes feels that way. I guess we're crashing the party and destroying Snake Man's allies, friends. That was one way. Yeah. So yeah, if the game didn't decide to go kaput last time, I would have finished it fairly. Fifth up is... What? Hang on. Fifth up is... Medicio Bloodchain by Jinox74. 48 plays and a score of 18. And there's your ranking. That sounded like a very interesting trip we had, Jaden. I'm really happy you shared this experience with all of us. And we're full. Okay. I functionally have infinite invulnerability now. Come at me, fireman. Well, that was easy. I accidentally forgot to pick that up too. Whoops. I think I soft locked myself because I didn't pick that up. Unless I cheese this a bit. In. Alright, I can get a Ubisar now. Yeah, I know. I mean, with the Uber chain, this section is basically... I can't get damage, it's pure easy platforming. Of course, I'm saying this from the perspective that I'm playing as a character who has double jump. Okay. Never mind. Now I can heal. Heal me up. I need to get this charged. Fully up. Alright, Blue Edition. Even if playing as the other characters, although these platforming sections and enemy mini challenges are there, they're not really that challenging. Now, if there was actually a time limit to this, I'd be singing an entirely different tune. Like usually for these sorts of challenges, you're supposed to have a time limit. Like, there's a limit of how long you can use the Uberchain for. You can use Uberchain for before it expires. Or if you have to hit targets on the way on a time limit. Or not even a time limit, but some more challenge. Anyways. Like, sure, I'm immortal here, but there's still a danger of running out. Oh yeah, triple, triple, triple. I like hitting him through the bubble. Alright, this was actually the most fun part of the stage. The rest was kind of... or rather, at best. With middling challenge. Yeah, tourism, when it was relatively safe, was pretty popular over thousands of years ago. We had vacations back then. However, it's much more accessible and usually safer and more controlled nowadays. Indeed. And it's much easier to get information thanks to everyone else who came before. So you know in advance what... So you like to know in advance what you'll be interested in those areas and what to look out for. If we're gonna go back to the Magwell Tree tier comparisons, this is like a tier 2 or 3. Yeah, please do, Buster. Crits happen across TF2, but I never really got a breakdown of how they're intended to work. As I was saying, this is like a tier 2 or tier 3 stage because it looks pretty, yeah, but the challenge is basically non-existent. And the sections that do have some of the challenge end very soon. And the chase sections with the bosses just feel weird. It's as if they were built with you having a limitation that you only had like 20 seconds. Yeah, Rajolt, thanks for showing up. Hey, Slash. Next up is Freezy Fuzz Fakery by Yotohan. 56 plays, score 21. Sure, Slash. Send the link in Discord. I mean, it's been a while, so... That is correct, YouTube. Thank you, Jaden. That is really kind of you. With how indie animation's getting really popular again, that's more of a possibility. Very slim possibility, but less slim compared to 10 years ago. Okay. There's a thing called the crit bucket, which is basically a silo for damage your crits can do. Non-crit damage adds to the base damage of the bucket when you fire. Crit damage will take away from the bucket the amount that the crit would normally do. And when you can't afford it, the crit's denied. The cost is half for melees. Of course, I could just do this, now that I think about it. Whoopsies. Every individual weapon has its own bucket. Base crit chance is 15% for melees, 2% for all other weapons. Let Buster finish, YouTube. This scales with recently dealt non-crit damage up to 600, where your crit chance is multiplied 4. Okay. Where your crit damage is multiplied times 4. Not crit damage, crit chance is multiplied times 4 across all weapons. 4 of you this time. Not really gonna change your fate, is it? Indeed, Mistress Garde. I see, so if for some reason your crit hasn't gone off up to 600, the game will drastically amp up your chances of getting it. Or scoring one. Poor Fridge Man. And lastly, the game keeps a track of how many recent weapon uses were crit and non-crit, and if the crit uses exceed the crit chance, the crit's denied. Okay, that's a fair way of preventing player. So, TF2, Valve has instituted systems, both so if you haven't gotten a crit recently or enough times, it'll boost the chances, and if you've gotten a crit almost too many times, then they'll decrease it. Basically forcibly modulating it to be in a more target range. Not too high, not too low. Crit hacking? When you say crit hacking, do you mean deliberately using your weapon to increase the chances of a crit when you get into combat? Oh, this is gonna be hilarious. No, cheating get crits all the time. Bye. The modern crit hacks focused on earning the rights to fire crits and spending them consciously when needed. That's what I was alluding to. Deliberately firing weapons to increase earn the right or increase chances, then spend them consciously when in combat. No comment. Bit more bosses than this sort of stage. It was okay. Unlike It's Just Seb's level, or Nuclear Stomp's level, or Oscar's, I didn't really have much to say about this. Alright, 7th up is Kindred Spirits 3, Magnetic Madness by Fun. 10 play, score 3. Another collab stage, and Mrs. Garde was one of the collaborators. Let's go. I think Lapatio left Jaden. They're currently busy with their education. Okay. Concrete plus water. No, Pharaoh plus some water, I guess. I wasn't paying attention. Great trilogy indeed. And I'm saying that unironically. All these 3 levels were pretty fun and some of the best ones I played last month. Kindred spirits. Well, Mr. Scardy was one of the collaborators, so they can pick how I should pronounce it. Wait a sec. Darn it. I'd place a secret to the left. Okay, but yeah, this basically means that you can do a bunch of damage with your primary and secondary, and then your melee would almost certainly crit. Okay, you and Fun worked for Tree. Proto Man is supposed to be the easy mode of that stage, so I won't count Proto Man against the difficulty setting for that. That's like deliberately hard. That's deliberate easy mode. When you have the permanent Proto Strike, every boss becomes a lot easier. Considering the stage was built for 4 people, or 4 different characters, again, I don't mind Proto Man's easy mode. Racing forwards. Oh, left, left, left. Jump, jump. I can even speed this up. Whee! The escape sequence. There is not going to be a traditional Magma 4. Like, the stage could be built around charge shots, but then you probably have to rebuild the stage just for Proto Man, or have a completely alternate route. Even having double damage can be a bit made up for if you can just kill the enemies faster. One way to fix that is, of course, to have indestructible hazards, but... Whoa! Nitro Man stage the reel. Funny how we got levels by Seb, Fun, and you today. Oh, the trucks are getting longer. I'm curious of something. I'm not gonna check that. That seems like the path to death. And away we go. Push. Okay, I haven't seen really any other stage use that sort of gimmick in this gimmick combination like this, so props to that. Didn't push him back, I'm afraid. I used the wrong weapon. Ah, don't worry, it's in cars. Is this cargo? Runaway cargo. You're too slow indeed. See, that was a yeah. This is why the pile driver is one of the weapons, isn't it? What happened to the platforms here? I guess they went AWOL. Still got hit. I think I like the left one more because, yeah, it feels like a proper combination of Swordman and Nitro Man. The right one did feel like fair water, but I wanted more focus on the water. Still solid. Okay, Blockman plus magnets. How do they work? Ooh, look at that background. Oh no! I didn't realize fast enough. Yep. Shipping and handling. Down reverse. Oh shoot, oh boy. Huh. Okay. Doing it in a circle. You were supposed to prepare to write your first X-Dive character today. When you say write, do you mean for a mod, a fanfic? Please give the details. If you can, that is. For a mod, got it. That was my fault again. Should have waited. Hey Quint, welcome. Glad you can make it this stream. Oh, it's a pit too. Should have got the pile driver out. This is currently my favorite level of the episode. Better difficulty curve, fun utilizations of all the gimmicks and challenges. If this was made for a Roadmaster Fusion contest, I'd give it relatively higher marks. I don't get how you scored a tiers, YouTube. It seems borderline random, especially when we saw stuff like that, Mega Snake Man. Thought I was holding right there. That was my fault, I guess. But yeah, I'd probably give this at least a... I don't know, tier 9. I can see why this would be the most fun. Yeah, at least a tier 9. I'll respond to your messages in a moment. Let me get out of here first. I don't want a repeat of Desolate Starcraft Station. Okay, we're back. Slide, slide, slide. Chase the block down. I don't think I'll make it. Yeah, I didn't make it. Reset the room. Oh no. I can't reset it. Making characters is the hardest thing to do because you have to write plugins to the game to even recognize them. There's no documentation on how to write them right. Buster is too busy, I'm afraid, so his response is no. Yeah, it's also a bit unfortunate because, well, if you die there or forced to reset, you're sent back here. It's a fun challenge, sure, but a bit irksome when you have to... Okay. Yeah, I was reading the chat there, so I thought I was gonna slide a bit further left. Maybe I had a teleporter to reset at the end. So you can make it to the end, it's just that in order to proceed, you need to. Alright, here we go. Now that I'm not going for the E-Tank, I should be able to get it there in time. Get down. Presto. No, I'm not falling for that. S. Nope, not fake. Thinking of a cross-fusion between the World Games 7 through 8 in terms of structure, but with the design philosophies present in 11. That'd be good. Yeah, it is goated. Nope, okay. We did it! Alright, of all the levels I covered today, this is by far my favorite. Each of the 3 mini-levels were fun enjoyable fusions of 2 of the RM stages, a pair of RM stages, taking their enemies and gimmicks and mashing them together. I liked the Nitro section the most, but this last one was no slouch either, Magnet plus Block. Least favorite was Pharaoh plus Water, but that was more of an thing. That was still fun. That was pretty fun. So good work, fun, plus Mr. Scarde. I think my favorite of the Magnet Kindred Spirits series is the first one, but all of them are no slouches. Alright. I'm getting there, Andrew. Give me a moment. 8 up is Mega Man Dark Tomorrow, Roadmaster Group 1, Smogman by Arsonist. 45 place, score of 11. Nice. Grabbing this just for safety in case something decides to go awry. I like the background though. Beat. Different take of going left, I'd say. I've already learned this trick many times and still fall for it. This is actually one of your better stages, at least aesthetically. Its main gimmick are the grasshoppers. You know what the main vibe I'm getting from this stage is? Woodman AU Edition. Like, it feels like a Woodman from an alternate universe or something. Hey. This sends us back to the checkpoint if we decide to go down there. And now, The stage is getting a bit repetitive with the challenges. Like, we already had that sort of grasshopper jumping challenge. Try making a vertical section with them, or make it so that it isn't so even terrain. aka make the terrain less flat. I'm not saying it's a great stage. Hold your horses. I'm just saying it's relatively better than most of your other stuff. At least aesthetically. Because level design wise, it falters compared to your Group 2 levels. This has the Grasshopper gimmick, sure, and it's introduced and escalated fine, I guess. But most of the challenges at the end end up being relatively the same, doing the Grasshopper jumps on relatively flat terrain. Try varying up the terrain height so you have to jump from higher to lower or lower to higher. Or make it so there's a vertical gauntlet of doing this. Okay. Yeah, the setting Grasshopper level will be fun. And so, this is the end. Lauren. I'm commenting on the stage, talking about ways to improve it. I'm not making the assumption that you're gonna remake this. Because these suggestions can also be applied to future levels about ways to improve them. I do this to most other level designers as well. If I say remake the stage, I'm gonna be explicit saying, please remake the stage. Do you think these are good revamps? No. These are marginally better revamps, but they still have a long ways to go before I consider them to be good. Pretty much for most of these RM stages, my main issue is they may have okay to decent introductions and initial escalations, but the challenges end up being relatively repetitive, and they don't build up to much. There's not enough variety in the challenges, and the gimmicks and enemies aren't really that explored that much. And the climaxes or the end of stage where everything comes together doesn't. And a bunch of other level designers have improved over time. Mr. Scarde, Panta, Jethawk, Nuclear Stomp, even Oscarm. Their levels used to be far more unrefined a bunch of years ago. Alright, I'll be right back in a moment. And we're back. Let's go. Hello, J Butters. Yeah, I remember. Whenever I say climax, I'm using that as a shorter nomenclature for the final section or second to last section where most, if not all, of the gimmicks and enemies showcased in the stage come together for one final set of challenges, one final challenge or set of challenges. It doesn't have to be every single enemy and gimmick, as evidenced by the official Mega Man Classic series, but usually it's most of them, and all of the major stuff. It's like a final send-off to the level. Well, the first final send-off. When we get to the Fortress, you get another Redux, but those tend to be harder and remixed with other elements from other stages. Anyways, 9th up is Test Number 1 by Z00X. 12 plays and a score of 2. This was actually made in the 1.0 era of Maker, sent by Andrew. So, yeah. Get ready for a bunch. This is my first levels. And now test number 2. Just quickly smash through them. Just a boss fight, it's cut, man. I say it's build up because that was just the escalation stage. Someone should make a Mega Man game with nothing but Cutman tiles, but all the Cutman tiles are from different eras. Like an 8-bit version, 16-bit version, 30-bit version, Game Boy version, Wonder Swan version. Just mishmash them together. Again, I'm gonna conclude this before I move forward. The issue is that this ties into the other problem you have, Lauren, where you don't vary up your challenges enough. So what ends up happening is you have a build-up, sure, but you don't really build off of it even more, so you end up with the same set of challenges over and over. So in effect, the quote-unquote climax you have functionally feels the same as the early build-up. It is difficult to pull off well, just like building a stage is difficult to pull off well. But take a look at, for example, the Patios level packs. They did a good job with their they did a decent job with their stage climaxes for their X packs, or even their classic packs. Like, take a look at, for example, how Nuclear Stomp, or how Fun, Game Idea Guy, Mr. Scarday, Buster, Gokulis, see how they build stages. But enough of that. I'm sounding like a broken record now. I've explained it a few times. Let's continue on to something else. 11th up is Bottomless Abyss version 3 by Nuclear Stomp. 17 plays and a score of 6. I also advise asking for advice from other level designers as well as streamers. Welcome back to the Bottomless Abyss. Like, try sending your levels, for example, Mega Marino, Late Night Mega, Power Guy. And I know someone else to post on the Discord server. Exactly, J Butters. Lunar Chris. Whoa, whoa. Again, that's the important thing also. Different players have different ideas of what makes a stage good and what they're looking for in a stage. For me at least, your stages for the most part aren't really what I'm looking for, so I'm more critical of them. Whereas the Mega Marino, they don't mind the simplicity. But to me, with all the Mega Man stages I played, and here's the thing, and here's the other thing, I don't mind simple stages or simpler stages. My problem is, even for your stages being simpler, they don't vary up the challenges enough. They're too repetitive. But I've said this before, and I'm pretty much repeating myself. By this point, I think you need to find a different streamer to go through your levels. Oh my goodness. And again, it also turns into my preference where I tend to prefer to see, I like to see the gimmicks used a lot, sometimes overused. I prefer a gimmick being overused than underused. Oh no, it's you again. Not that bad. Restraint is important, indeed. Again, it's more of a preference that I prefer. Well, if I were to rate them, I prefer a sufficient use over overuse over underuse. There is an art to deciding what is enough uses or taking things too far. But that takes time to build, and that's also affected by a whole litany of factors, both objective and subjective. Like, there's quite a world of difference of whether if I'm designing a stage for average skilled players versus more advanced. Well, we're getting closer to the abyss. That is something I need to that's something I need to nail down more, and I need to point out more, and Buster does it well here. Diversify your feedback. You're making a level not just for you're trying to make a level that not just yourself will like, but a bunch of people will. But if you want to do a bunch, you might as well ask for feedback from that same from a diverse set of players, or from your target audience specifically. Which leads me to the next point. Know your target audience. Who are you trying to make your level for, other than yourself? That'll inform many of your decisions when building your stage. And that is why we have focus groups and playtesters. Restraint. I'll have a whole discussion about that in Magmal Tree. That seems to be the buzzword during the results stream. And it is pertinent. Ignore the arrows. Grab the E. I am... That is an overstatement, Lauren. I am not the Ramsey. If I was, I'd be even much harsher. Like, if I really wanted to, I could be much harsher about your levels and how they're designed. Well, it's you again. Bone Trozzle for a quick man like this is hilarious. I approve. Excuse me, 40 tanks. Thank you, Jaden. Like, people have criticized me for being too nice to numerous levels in video games. And I agree sometimes. Like, I always try to be on the nicer side and try couching some of my criticisms and focus more on praises, but yeah. Sure thing, Buster. If you want playtesters, you can always ask for help on our server, or if you want a lesser skilled audience, I suppose, or lesser experienced audience, go to the Mega Man Maker official server. You may find some luck there. I don't like to criticize people's lack of experience because, well, we all start somewhere. You should have seen what my opinions on Mega Man were 7 or 8 years ago. They were a lot more wacky in terms of... I consider them quite wacky compared to nowadays. Okay, I'm gonna save the patio for next week because I have the patio tonight, so... 12th up is Ombudsman by Oscar, 28 plays, score of 10. Yeah, if you want an example, check my earlier Mega Man Maker videos or even my earlier Mega Man Let's Plays. Before YouTube officially added 60 FPS support. Good example, check my Mega Man Unlimited and Mega Man Rock Force Let's Plays, which desperately need to be redone. I ended up making Rock Force a lot harder than it was supposed to be. You're both correct. You're both on the nose. Excuse me. You've hit the mark and you're simultaneously hit the mark and are off the mark with that statement, Jaden. Hang on. We're trying to go through this office. Alright, let's see your message. Yes, you need people with experience and people without experience because you're trying to target the average skilled and not so skilled Mega Man-like players. And yes, I agree. If you want your content to be decent, you need to hear from both experienced and not as experienced players. Even if your game is just being targeted towards experienced players, you should still hear the words from unexperienced players to see what the pain points are, what they dislike and like. Just because you're targeting your game or level or whatever towards a certain certain audience or demographic, that doesn't mean that other audiences or demographics can't like it either. Ask them what they like of their content and ask what they don't like about it. That is important. Yeah, this is literally Ombudsman, with less annoying music. Oh, the Fortress bosses. Okay, we're back outside. I have a lot of things to say about them. Why Ramsey? I guess he's one more well-known. I see. Your friend basically has no experience in, little to no experience in platformers in general, let alone Mega Man. So it makes sense why they would struggle with your game. But it's still sometimes important to ask players who are not experienced in your game style or genre for advice what the pain points and what they liked is. It becomes less wise if your game is specifically dedicated towards the more hardcore fan base, but sometimes it's handy. Like, it becomes less wise when you ask an audience that's further. Let me put it this way. It becomes less wise to ask audiences which are further from your target audience, but it doesn't hurt. Just make sure to couch their criticisms and praises with more buckets of salt, if need be. Why do you say you're on the mark and also off the mark? Because in many cases back then I said, wow, this is amazing, keep going! 10 out of 10. And I also said, can we please move on? A lot back then. Like back then, I was far less skilled in Mega Man Classic gameplay, and I tolerated certain Diet Kaizo-like challenges a lot less than I do nowadays. Like back then, I don't know if I'd be able to play stuff like Eterna Noctis. I probably would have rage quit that playthrough a lot sooner. If anything, Mega Man has trained me to become more tolerant of that. At the same time though, there are certain challenges that I decide, Marino is a lot more skilled to a Maker player than I am, by far. Like, he can get through Kaizo, Diet Kaizo, and Kaizo levels like a snack, like Buster has said. And he's played at least 20% of every single level that was ever submitted to Maker. So, way more skilled. Critical players and hardcore players are most vocal. Yeah, vocal minority. To be fair, most of the players who play games are not, they don't even leave comments. They may talk about it with their friends and internal community group, but they don't really outright talk about it. When you hear people talking about the game, when you hear people talking about the game in public forums, discords, YouTube videos, live streams, whatever, they're already in the vocal minority. And when you get to the harder core, the more experienced harder core critical fan spheres, it's even more of a minority of a minority. And true to your point, Jay Butters, I feel that the other reason for that is because for quite a while, Capcom left the Mega Man series dormant. Like, for almost 10 years, it felt like the Mega Man series was functionally dead, and the only reason it was kept alive was thanks to the fan base, and fan games, fanfics, other fan works, etc. But they were the more core and hardcore fans who kept up the hope with the series continuing, or just doing their own stuff to keep the series alive. Online support, I guess. Pumping oxygen, blood oxygen, money, etc. So, but they tend to be more critical in general because they're more experienced with the franchise's high and low points and know what they like and what high points they want. And the other point slash, it's a saying that's been repeated across video gaming development spheres, and I believe it holds true. People are good at pointing out flaws with a work, but they're bad at providing suggestions to fix it. Or to put it another way, people are relatively decent or good at finding weak points in content, but not good at producing solutions. Yeah, basically 10 years. And yeah, when I say Mega Man, I'm counting every series. If I only count Mega Man Classic, if I discount Mega Man Classic, oh my goodness, the series is basically dead. We got remasters for pumping there, but oh no. Exactly, Jaden. Because most of the people providing criticisms and providing solutions, they have experience providing criticisms from other works, but they haven't worked in building and stuff, so they're not good at fixing that. And even then, even if you have someone who's experienced at building these sorts of games, you shouldn't necessarily take every single criticism to there and fix them. Because not everyone agrees on what the problems, strong points and weak points of a game are. If you were to address all those criticisms, you end up with a self-contradictory game, or a non-existent one. You gotta make sure not every criticism is helpful. Well, let me put it this way. Not every criticism is equally helpful. And even if they're helpful, you shouldn't exactly... And even if they are helpful, you shouldn't necessarily work to fix them or resolve them. Sometimes they're inherent to the design and what you're trying to do. Whoops. Ignore that. I pressed the wrong button. Alright, one more stage before I end off for this one. Oh yeah, X over. I completely forgot about its existence. I know I criticized X-Dive, that was more of a nothing burger. What's the most... I never watched Inception. I'm not that cultured, I'm afraid. But the answer to that question is an idea. More specifically, a very resilient, highly contagious one. Whenever I say that it's dead or hibernation, it's more in the sense of official releases from the official company. That's what I'm usually referring to when I say dead or hibernation. But an IP is an abstract set of ideas, and to me, an IP is a combination of an abstract set of ideas as well as all the content produced by the IP holders. And when I say content, I mean, well, of course, the games and art, but also advertising, word of mouth, etc. Also helped by the fan stuff. Ooh, that looks good. Alright, let's do this. So the 13th and final level of the stream is The Rat of Pluto by Leukemia. 53 plays, score 27. Thank you for this discussion on criticizing levels or criticizing content, Mega Man, and now about IPs. And even if an IP is quote-unquote dead, or in hibernation, that doesn't mean we can't have fan successors. Spiritual successors, fan successors. Even stuff that's directly inspired, indirectly inspired, or even marginally inspired. We all stand on the shoulder of giants. It's just that we don't know who exactly we are standing on top of, or who will stand on top of us. For an idea to truly die, for an idea to completely die, no one would have to remember it. And for that to happen, all traces of it would have to be destroyed. Written, verbal, digital, metaphysical, etc. Insert any other buzzwords. It's mega over. Before the digital age, it was a lot easier for stuff to die out completely. I'm certain of that because, well, when I say digital internet, I mean, I'm talking about the information age. I'm pretty sure there is stuff that still dies out completely, but that's because it's only held by a very small number of folks, maybe an isolated community, or they don't care to share it enough. But that's much more unlikely nowadays, with all the archiving and internet and interconnectivity. We have a much better culture of preservation growing, which I highly agree with. Like before I think it was especially before the industrial age. When we hit the industrial age, that's where things started to shift rapidly. And Panta has a good point, so I'll mod my own earlier point. An IP is a set of ideas and content, so an IP can die, but the underlying ideas may not. Like, you can have a group of things collapse, but the individual elements still survive. Or if you want to go even further back, the other major breakthrough was the invention of the printing press. That worked wonders for spreading information and literacy. Before having to hand scribe copybooks, oof. That took a long while, and it was a long and arduous process. Thank you, Gutenberg. Thank you, Gutenberg and friends. I heard Pixel Boy. Yeah, it's quite interesting to think about going back how, because of major shifts like the printing press, industrial age, and now the information age and all that comes with that, it's much harder for an idea to die out completely in isolation. And honestly, I wish there was more... I know it's getting better over time. I wish there was more emphasis on preserving stuff. Like, sites like the Internet Archive, archive.org, they're wonderful. They need more support. Because still nowadays, there's still too much stuff that is being lost, or incompletely, or imperfectly preserved. Take your pick. Anyways, of the 13 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one would definitely be Kindred Spirits Tree, Magnetic Madness, by Fun and Mistress Garde. Good job, you two, and thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels to me. It is really appreciated. Alright, before I end up the stream though, there are two things I need to show off. Because this was submitted first, I'll show this off first. A new fan game that works with the help of Buster. Everything you see is the work in progress, sprites are all placeholders. Demonstration basic abilities, everything is subject to change. Go! It's a 4-minute video, but we have time. Turn this up. So we got a widescreen format. Jumping from NES to this, similar to Shovel Knight. Wow, the white text boxes look a bit... oh, yeah. Yeah, white text boxes need to be adjusted a bit. Would you look at that? Mega Man can fire straight upwards and diagonals. Well, Mega Man can fire straight upwards. Both when he's grabbed onto the ledges and when he's walking normally. He's taken some training from base. Screen real estate, they didn't really change the... Okay, they didn't really zoom out the camera more, they just extended the window so you can see further ahead. Please do. I really want to see more Mega Man Classic projects, or Mega Man projects in general, that don't necessarily adhere to the 4:3 resolution, the NES aspect ratio resolution. In many cases, it'd be helpful to see further ahead. Oh yeah, you can grab onto the sides of moving objects. 22x14. It's now 22x14 now. Good. 22x14 tiles. The hold button. So, just like base, you can now fire in any direction and hold position. Unlike base, I think, you can actually run and shoot at the same time. Well, unlike base, you can run and shoot at the same time, and yes, you can run and fire in diagonal at the same time as well. Missile and Super Missile. Metroid indeed. I prefer having a hold or lock button, whichever one will do. A lock button so that if you're running in place and I need to fire in a diagonal, you can press the lock button to lock your aim in that position, And you can keep running and firing in that direction, or hold still and fire in that direction. Even gives you some momentum. Did Mega Man swim here? Mega Man dodged 3 and ate the reel. Aw. That's a pretty major upgrade. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's awesome. Hopefully it's used better. No, it will be used better. So in summary, we got ledge grabbing, being able to fire in 8 different directions while moving, a hold action so you can fire in 8 different directions while holding in place, swimming, missile, super missile, and something else, and crawling, of course. And Buster programmed this, Red One just made the room. Wonderfully done. Really looking forward to how this Metroidvania is going to develop. Alright. And last but not least, before I move on to art, from Slash. The spiritual successor or direct successor to Wither's Domination. This time just starring Slicer. Proportions are a little bit bigger, I think. Music is definitely recognizable. It's more of a tasting, but I don't really like it. Graphics did get a bit of a touch-up, though. Oh, there's also a run button. Good to know. Whoa. Wall jumping. Deathman? Reaper Man? Sight Man? I think designing the game just around one character, especially Slicer's more mobile expanded moveset, would allow for some tighter challenges. And sometimes the challenges in Wither's Domination can get a bit loose. Take your pick. Can't wait. Alrighty then, let's go back up a bit. Where did we end off last time? Yeah. Okay. So with all of that said and done, it is time for the art showcase. Mega Man 8 armor. Clown Bomb, but that's also combined with Grenade Man. Tengu Man, I guess? Gravity Man? Astro Man, sorry. And the helmet's from something else. Yeah, that's Grenade Man's helm. Nice. For the glory of Robot Land. Will you go or must I? I may be stupid. Water-flavored popsicles, 9 cents each. 9. Happy Cerno/Cherno. Okay. More Mega Man 8 armor from the other 4 RMs of the group. Boombuster has been fully funded. Cross armor from Mega Man 3. That's Breakman, Needleman, Shadowman, Gemini Man, someone else. Cardinal armor from Mega Man 3. Different Breakman shield, Magnet, Snake, Spark? Luigi and Dracula from Dracula X. Oh, they even resprayed Luigi to look more in place, to actually fit. Vinny moment. Sure thing. We'll ignore that cursed image. In any case, this marks the end of the stream. And by extension, the art showcase. I said it backwards. Thank you to everyone who either submitted their levels, submitted their art, or simply participated in chat. It's due to your continued support why I continue to produce new content for our channel. It is really appreciated. So, if you're enjoying this or any other piece of content on the channel, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help it out. Don't forget to follow me on X, Mastodon, Coast, and Blue Sky as well, and join the Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in a future live stream.